The Euphrosyne cemetery in Vilnius is one of the oldest and historically and culturally valuable Orthodox necropolises in Lithuania. The cemetery is located in the southern part of the city behind the sharp Bramy and the railway, on Lipkalny Lipovka Street in Russian. The land for the cemetery was allocated back in the 1796th year of the city Duma from the city lands. In 1837th year, the cemetery church of St. Euphrosyne of Polotsk was founded. Since the construction of the church, the cemetery has been under the jurisdiction of the church. Merchant Tikhon Zaitsev donated a significant amount of money for the purchase of additional plots and the improvement of the cemetery. Therefore, after his death, the executor in 1843 built a tomb in the form of a grotto in a sandy mountain, and in 1914 the tomb of Tikhon Zaitsev was expanded and rebuilt into the cave church of St. Tikhon of Zadonsk. The church was consecrated by Archbishop Tikhon of Lithuania Vilna. In 1865 year, the church of Euphrosyne of Polotsk was expanded and rebuilt. In the same year, according to the project of architect Chaikin and the Academy of Arts of Ryazan, the chapel of St. George the Victorious was infected at the burial place of Russian soldiers and officers killed during the suppression of the Belarusian Polish liberation uprising led by Kastus Kolinowski 1863 with memorial marble tables on 3 exterior walls, on which the names of the killed and buried are carved. There are Russian Cossacks and military here. Empress Maria Alexandrova and her children donated 500 rubles for the Sura. 4,000 rubles were given by Muravyov, the hangman, who during the liberation uprising drowned the region in the blood of the rebels, and also destroyed many Catholic parishes that supported the rebels. The rest of the money for the construction was collected by subscription among the population. The bodies of the rebels themselves, secretly shot and buried by the Russian occupation troops, were found in the landslide of the Castle Hill in Vilnius in the 2018 year and were reburied with honor in the chapel of the Res Cemetery in November 2019 year, which is located near the Euphrosyne cemetery. The Byzantine-style chapel was erected on a granite pedestal. The icon of St. George, painted by academician Tikhomozov, did not fit inside the clock. The chapel was illuminated on the 25th of August, 1865. Currently, it has been renovated and a mosaic icon of St. George the Victorious is placed inside. During the German occupation of Vilnius during World War II, many group burials of prisoners of war and civilians who were shot and died of wounds and diseases appeared at the cemetery. In 1942 and 43 years, 1,151 people were buried here, but the names and surnames of only 382 of them are known. There is a memorial in the cemetery where the names of these 382 people are stamped. In 1948, the cemetery was nationalized by the Soviet government. After the restoration of Lithuania's independence in 1991, the city authorities handed over the cemetery in charge of the Orthodox parish community. After the closure of the Protestant cemetery in Vilnius on Mount Taurus in 1958 and its subsequent liquidation, some of the graves were moved to the Orthodox Euphrosyne cemetery. Many prominent officials, military leaders of the church hierarchy, prominent figures of the Russian and Belarusian culture of Vilna and Lithuania of the 19th and 20th centuries are buried in the cemetery. The cemetery is still in operation. Orthodox residents of Vilnius are also buried there. Due to the hilly landscape, the graves on sandy mountain are arranged in tiered steps descending to the foot of the hill.